And I hope you guys can see the screen, correct? Please confirm, guys, you see the screen. Okay, nice. So let me know, guys, what we have done in the last session, what we focused on last session. First, let's summarize what we done. So summary of yesterday was we spoke about types of VCS. We were talking about local VCS and we were talking about centralized VCS and we were talking about distributed VCS. And then we moved on with the Git introduction. Git introduction, correct? And we started working on these things. So let me open up the document. Okay. So we saw how to install on Windows also, right? So we went through the Windows installation and that is what we done. And we already done with the installation on Linux. And we proceeded with checking the configurations. This is what we saw. So we came to know how to check the configurations. And also we were working with the configure the username. So that is what we done. Configure the username and email ID. So we need to proceed from here. So let me start the mission and proceed with our class. So keep in mind whatever the commands not this. So observe for 2 or 3 days how I'm going to start. For next 2 days, I'll show you. Thereafter, by the class starts, I'll keep the mission up, guys. Okay. So this is only for you so that you guys should get little exposure to this. So once you start the mission, let it start. Let the mission come up. So root nmty. So use this command and activate a connection. Go to the activate and then click back and quit and fire the hostname -capital I command and you will get the IP address. It is 192.168.1.15. Then use your MobiXterm, click on session, SSH, and this is 192.168.1.15. Root. So this is how we came, right? Good, guys. So let's proceed, guys. So yesterday we're done with the configurations. If you check the configuration, so this is how we configured. So one of the use case can be, right? The use case can be the name could be written or typo errors or the email address could be incorrect or you're trying to update the name or email ID. So under that circumstances, what you need to do is we need to refire this commands case. So whenever you get a request that you need to update the configuration information, so keep in mind, no need to go with any other command, just refire the same command. Let's say git config -- global user dot name. I want to update this to the Kumar. See, now check the configurations. It gets updated to the Kumar. Are we clear on this point, what I'm talking? So there can be chances that you might have done a mistake, entered incorrect name or spelling mistakes, or you're planning to update. Either one. Any of the case, please refire this command. So let's say I want to update this email ID. So user dot email ID. So let's say Kumar at the rate gmail.com. Done. So once you go ahead and check this, so this is how we update the configs case. So please write this use case quickly into your book and let me know once this has been done. So I'll start calling out the names, guys. So please make sure that okay. So let's go ahead and do it, guys, quickly. Yeah, this is how we increase the font. Is it done? Arun, is it done? Atif, Chamundeshwari. Okay, nice. So at least I'll call out the few names so that I'll know the speed of how it is being done. Okay, so that's a use case. Now this is one more question, guys. Very important question. So whatever the email address that you are giving here, so don't expect that you'll have validations here. No validation. So don't expect that Git is going to drop a mail to that email ID and ask on click on that and activate. No. So we don't have such activities here. Clear? So whatever the email IDs that you are trying to give when you are configuring, please make sure that you give them correctly. So that is what you need to do. Okay. So I repeat once again. So whatever the email address that you have given in the configuration, there is no validation process. So it is our responsibility to make sure that we give them correctly. Okay. So that is how things work. Then next, then let's focus on how to create the projects, guys. The next target is to understand the projects. So how do you create the projects here? So if I say that I'm going to create a project, right? So if I'm saying that I'm going to create a project, or if I say that I'm going to create a local copy or local repo, it's one and the same. The meanings are same, does not change because the command is same. Whether I say that I'm going to create a project or I'm going to create a local repository, it's the same. Okay. So let's see how to create the project, guys. So the question looks like this. So git init is a command. So git init is a command which will help you to create the repositories. So I'm going ahead and giving some repository name. You can give any name of your choice. So what I'm trying to do is I will create a repository called sample1. Sample1. I repeat, we went ahead and created a repository called sample1. Right? Now go ahead and check it ls-l. This is a command to verify whether it created or not, because this command of Linux can tell you whether the structure of the project or folder has been created or not. You can see it is created, right? So if I'm planning to do it once again, then I'll say git init, right? So git init, I'll say sample2. I'm creating one more project. I'll say sample2, right? So when I try ls-l, you can see it is there as sample1 and it is there as sample2. Sample1 and sample2. Now this is how we created two projects, guys. Now I will go ahead and create one more project like a normal folder. Guys, what is a command to create a folder in the Linux? Tell me, what is the command in Linux to create a directory? Please, if you are not aware, search on the internet and give me the answer. Nothing wrong. You should improve your capabilities of searching. So search on the internet, nothing wrong, guys. 1 minute of time. Search on the internet at your end. And Divya, Ekta, and Nayak. So I want the answers from you. So search on the internet, find the command which will help me to create the directory. Any one of them, I'll be happy. So Divya, Ekta, and Nayak. So what is a command to create a directory or a folder? So the answer looks like mkdir. So this is a command which will help you to create the directory, right? So I'll go ahead and create now something called sample3, right? Now when I go ahead and try ls-l, you can see sample1, sample2, and sample3. So from our knowledge, we definitely know that sample1 has been created because of how, guys? So sample1 has been created because of how? By using the git command. Sample2 is created out of git command only. And sample3 is created out of mkdir, right? Now the question comes is, from the visual perspective, all the three folders look same. Do you agree? From the visuality perspective, you're not able to figure it out whether it is a Git repository or a normal folder. Do you agree with my statement? Mohanty, Kavya, Kumar Babu, do you accept my statement? See, you just have a look. You'll think like, okay, these are all three folders only. Now, how do you differentiate a folder that has been created by Git, and how do you differentiate a folder which is a normal one? So to do this, understand or to know how it is, the simple logic is go into those folders. Okay. cd sample1. It is a command to get into the folder. cd space sample1 and type ls-la. ls-la command, guys. Got it? And you will see that a folder called .git came up here. Is it good? So you will see that it is .git. Make sense? That is what I see. Again, I'll come out and cd into the sample2, right? And I type ls-la. ls-la will show you the folders and the files, including the hidden one. You can see .git, right? But when I come out of this folder and I'll cd into the sample3, we know that sample3 is a normal directory. And you check it ls-la, I don't see .git. Make sense? Do you agree, guys? So this is how you differentiate. This can be a question for your interview also. If you say that I'm an expert in the Git repositories, or let's say I know, then they can ask you how a normal directory will differ from a Git directory, or how a normal folder will differ from Git repository. So every Git repository will have a folder called .git. Okay, but in a normal folder, you will not have a .git. Getting? The next way of identifying is second method, method number 2. So I'm coming out of this folder, or let's say I'm in the still sample3 now, which is a normal one. If you fire this command called git status, it says this is not a Git repository. You see? It says it is not a Git repository, right? Let me come out of this sample3 and let me go into the sample2 now. and try git status. You see, it is reacting. There is a reaction here, right? So you see the reaction, it is responding. So it makes sense. Now again, come out of this folder and I'll go into the sample one now. And I'll start asking git status. So it is responding. So what does it indicate? What is the conclusion of this moral story, guys? What do you think, Sravya, Maninder, Mayuri? What do you think the moral story is? So can I say that if it is a Git repository, Git commands would work, right? If it is not a Git repository, then Git commands will not work, right? That's the conclusion. But again, there is a clause here. Clause means conditions apply. So there is a clause. So what is that clause? The clause is there are two commands called git ---- version and git config ---- list. Only these two commands will work even, okay, will work even if it is a repo and even if it is not a repo. So I'll show you the proof. Rest of the commands will only work if it is a repo, but these are only two candidates, right? They will work everywhere. Whether it is a repo or it is not a repo does not matter. So let's see the experimentation. So I know that sample one is a repo. So I'll fire git config ---- list. It will give you more information because we are in the repo. So you'll get more information. Okay. So when you are inside of the repo, you'll get more configuration details, guys. Let me come out of this, right? Now cd into the sample two. Okay. And let me fire git config ---- list. So you see, I'll get configuration details. I'm getting it. It's reacting. So I'll come out of sample two. Now here the use case is sample three. So cd into the sample three. So I know that sample three is not a directory, right? This is not a Git repository.